Hi, I'm T.R. Williams, County Executive.
Hi, I'm Keith Durham, Mayor of the City of Lawrenceburg, the birthplace of Southern Gospel music and the home of David Crockett.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Betts. I'm host president of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series held in Lawrenceburg.
On behalf of the citizens of Lawrence County,
I want to welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
PSEC Productions, in association with K2 Media, proudly presents the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV Online. Now, live from the birthplace of Southern Gospel music and the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Denver Trap Field here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series 15-year-olds. I'm Stanley Wilson. J.P. Plant will be joining me momentarily, but he's going to be on the field. He is part of the keynotes who will be doing our national anthem tonight. Glad to have you here. And I think the keynotes are going to be making their way here in just a moment. Both teams have been introduced, the Lawrenceburg All-Stars and the All-Stars from Fargo, North Dakota. Right now we're getting ready for their invocation, and I think our national anthem is coming up. We've got the Giles County team. They're on the other field playing Sarasota, Florida tonight, and they've all been introduced and lined up on the first base and third base lines, just like we have here on this field. And they're going to bring out some folks here and introduce them. If you were with us earlier, you know that Massachusetts beat Wisconsin 10-0. Massachusetts pitched a no-hitter, a six-inning no-hitter. And Texas came back against California. They were down 3-1 going to the top of the seventh inning, and they came back and scored 7 runs to take an 8-3 win in the other game. But tonight it has finally got here. The Lawrenceburg All-Stars will be playing the Fargo, North Dakota All-Stars. These two teams met back in Williston, North Dakota back in 2013, the first time that this team has 13-year-olds, the Lawrenceburg team that is 13-year-olds that go to the World Series. So they know a little bit about each other. Now we're bringing out the singers now are coming out. We had the opening ceremonies where we honored all the teams. And we had a special moment when Alan Betts, the host of the Babe Ruth, he was surprised by the announcement that he has been inducted into the Babe Ruth Hall of Fame. And now we've got some people coming here for the 1978 team that we played over at Flanagan Field. That squad was also honored during the opening ceremony. So a lot of young folks out here, but also a lot of old faces to be seen. So our keynotes are the members of the Kiwanis Club, and they're going to be doing our national anthem right now. While they're doing that, let's take a break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Lee.
We know the Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
From Lawrenceburg and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. With Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
Amen. All right, we're ready to go. It's Brother Jeff Van Landingham, the pastor at First Baptist Church here in Lawrenceburg. And J.P. Plant and the other keynotes have already finished up with the national anthem. Paul Plant is out there at home plate. I think we're going to have our ceremonial first pitch.
If you all will accept my apology, we're not going to go all the way to the mound, because we can't throw the ball at
Daphne and Jerry Jones. They have been a big part of this. Bobby Alford, who really got the first World Series going back in 1978, brought it to Lawrenceburg. He's going to be honored too. Jerry Jones was a president of one of the years, and Paul Plant was another president at that time. So they're out there on the mound now, going to make a ceremonial pitch, one to the Fargo catcher and one to our catcher, I believe. Let's see what happens here. Bobby Alford started the Babe Ruth League. And what a great honor it is to have him here. Welcome back, J.P. Plant.
All right, yes. Hey, Stanley.
Catch your breath. You've been down on the field. Did
the
national anthem.
I'm glad to be back up here. Yeah, as you can see, the first pitch, as I'm sure you were just about to explain, of course, Paul Plant out there, the host president of the Key Club, or the Kiwanis Club, rather, 1978, first year. Jerry Jones is out there as well, and he was the club president in 1981. Daphne Cope was treasurer and the secretary, I believe, for the Kiwanis Club those years, and Bobby Alford.
The man that brought Babe Ruth to Lawrenceburg.
He did.
I was telling the audience about the surprise announcement of Alan Betts being inducted in the Babe Ruth Hall of Fame.
That is awesome. And well-deserved.
They're coming in closer, though. I don't understand this. And there's a pitch, and I'll get it down there. So we are ready for some baseball now.
All right. All right, I tell you what, let's take a quick 60-second break. 60-second break. We'll be back, and we'll have the first pitch between the host team from Lawrenceburg and the Midwest Plains champions from Fargo, North Dakota. And we'll also have our first farmer starting lineups. It's all ahead. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers. Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit clawco.com. or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
From Lawrenceburg, 15th Babe Ruth World Series. With Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
And we're back in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. So we got the host team from Lawrenceburg and the North Dakota team from Fargo. And starting lineup brought to you by First Farmers. For the life you lead. Colton Hauser will lead things off and play center for the host team. Jacob Hallmar bats second. At short, Ryan Weathers will be on the mound tonight for Lawrenceburg. Lance Pope in left. Sam Crane will bat fifth, playing second. Jacob Laws, the extra hitter, will hit sixth. Bailey Burleson is in first and is playing first, batting eighth. Drew Bailey is batting ninth. And Ben Staggs is playing right field tonight. The pitcher on the mound for the team from Fargo, North Dakota, will be Cameron Blazek.
Lawrence County All-Stars, number 9.
And Hauser will get things going. First pitch, we're underway, is a strike. The outside corner, 0-1 the count. First pitch at 7:54, a little early tonight. Perfect night for baseball in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Here's the pitch from Blazek. That is fouled away. And the count is 0-2. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. So Blazek. That pitch over for a strike. And the count is 1-2. Fouled that one away.
I'll give you the Williams Auto keys to the game here in just a moment.
Here's Blazek. Outside. Count even at, it's now full. 3-2. Lawrenceburg in North Dakota. Here's the payoff pitch and a leadoff walk for the host team. Coulter Hauser.
These keys to the game. These keys to the game brought to you by Williams Auto Sales and Auto Credit. Next time you're looking for a car or truck, go see Bobby or Raleigh for your new set of keys. And again, both teams just got to settle down, get their nerves under control here in the first inning. We see a walk already by the Fargo pitcher, and got to capitalize on the mistakes the other teams do.
So Hauser at first, and Jacob Hallmark is the hitter. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Hollywood Hallmark is his nickname.
Exactly. We picked that up last year, I think, in North Carolina, they were telling us.
1-0 the count to Hallmark. Here's the pitch. It's high. Count 2-0.
Martin Methodist weather. It's 86 degrees here. Brought to you by Martin Methodist College, paving the path to success for thousands of graduates since 1870. A beautiful night here, JP.
Yes, it is. That was a ball, 3-0, and Chandler Eibach wants to go talk to his pitcher, Blazek.
Could see those nerves here, right here, just trying to settle them down a little bit. So just throw your game, get it over the plate, let them hit it.
You know, you could argue that the host team may have a little more nerves playing in front of their home crowd. And I tell you, Stanley, this place is packed at Denver Trap Field. There's not an empty bleacher seat anywhere. There are bleachers all the way down the left field line, an extra set of bleachers to the right of the first base dugout as the 3-0 is high, and a couple of walks for Lawrence County.
Yeah, Blazek having a little control problems. Now Ryan Weathers is going to come up, the number 3 hitter for Lawrenceburg.
So Ryan Weathers will be on the mound tonight. Is the ace for this team. He hits right, throws lefty. First pitch, laced into right field. Going back is Parrott. Over his head. Over his head. Hauser will round third. Weathers waving Hallmark home. Weathers all the way to third. He is in there with a 2 RBI triple. And Lawrence County jumps out first. They lead it 2-0.
What a great way to get the game going for Lawrenceburg. Ryan Weathers looked at the first pitch he saw and went the other way. The right fielder thought he had it, and it went right over his head all the way to the wall. They're playing a little bit deeper than this game than the Massachusetts or Wisconsin teams played earlier today. They were playing a lot shallower, but that ball was hit on a rope.
All right, the hitter is Lance Pope, and he's got some power hitting cleanup. Playing left field. Here's first pitch. Second pitch is popped up in the shallow right field. Perry can't find it, and he finally does. Tagging at third is Ryan Weathers. Throw is up the line, head first slide, and it's 3-0. Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
And a big smile on Ryan's face, a big high five from Jacob Laws. At first, the right fielder, he had a little problems with it in the lights, couldn't find it. Then he came in, and when he did make the catch, but the throw was up the line on the third base side.
So 3 runs across in the top of the first for the host team from Lawrence County. The hitter, Sam Crane, playing second, takes a ball on the outside, 1-0 the count. Crane also, of course, a member of the 13 and 14-year-old team that made it to the World Series, takes a strike. Part of that runner-up team from Williston, North Dakota. And they were some special guests last night at the Celebration of Champions. There's a drive into deep center field. Going back is Brooks on his horse over the head. Sam Crane going to have a one-out double, just lace that one into deep center field. And he is pumped up.
He is pumped up. That ball took off to right center field, and he couldn't get on his horse and go get it quick enough as it goes over his head almost all the way to the wall.
And I tell you, the dimensions here, 336 in left, 375 in right, and 336, rather 375 in center, 336 in right.
Those field conditions and dimensions brought to you by USAVE Car and Truck Rental. Next time you need to rent a vehicle, call USAVE where you can save some money. So a good start here for the Lawrenceburg squad, and we got the home run derby champ coming up next in Jacob Laws.
Laws pelted some blasts yesterday in Tom Cruise Field. Back-to-back home run derby champions as he did the same trip in Ocala, Florida. Number 23, 6'7", at least 240. When you say, Stanley?
At least. That was a monster
He's
blast.
a big boy. Now I'm talking about Jacob.
Oh, Jacob.
Not the distance.
Well,
slightly open stance. He's filled out, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he has.
Ball's in the dirt, 1-0 the count.
Throw down to second, but Crane with his speed is back quickly.
Well, oftentimes, Jacob's been that height for a couple of years almost.
Well, and I enjoy listening to people we've been around Jacob for a while now, but people that come in and go look at him and go, man, is he 15? I said, yep, he's 15 years old.
Here's a 1-0. Fouled out of play, heads up. And the count even at 1-1. 3 runs across on 2 hits for Lawrence County.
We expecting for Jacob Laws to pitch in this series sometime.
Oh, big cut gets past the catcher, Ibach. Moving to third is Sam Crane. Makes a big turn, is held up there by the manager, David Weathers.
So now we got a runner at third. Another pass ball or wild pitch can get another run in here. Jacob Laws is looking for a pitch he can drive. They're playing him to pull. They're almost all the way back to the fence on him.
And a big cut, swing and a miss for the second out.
Swing over the top of it.
So first strikeout for Cameron Blazek. And now Kendall Franklin, the catcher, will step into the batter's box. Hits from the right side. Here's the first pitch from Blazek. It is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. That pitch is over for a strike. All you got to do, Stanley, go to exportsradio.com. Click that big banner that says watch and listen live.
We got 2 video streams.
That's right.
TV1, TV2.
Exports TV1 and TV2. There's a line drive into center field. Brooks takes 2 steps back, lines it up, and catches it for the third out of the inning, but not before the host team from Lawrence County jumps on the board first as they get 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Coming to the plate will be the team from Fargo, North Dakota. We'll have that for you when we return to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Hi, this is Chase. Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
WWLX Lawrenceburg, WDXE FM Loretto, broadcast services of Prospect Communications.
And we are back to Lawrenceburg in the Babe Ruth World Series. 3-0, the host team from Lawrenceburg leading North Dakota as the Midwest Plains champs will come to the plate. Their lineup brought to you by First Farmers looks like this. Jonas Sanders will lead off playing third. Brant Kolpak at second, hitting second. Chandler Eibach hitting third. Jonathan Brooks in center will hit cleanup. Cameron Blazek on the mound. You heard his name, hitting fifth. Jacob McKeever at first hits sixth. Colton Frey will hit seventh. Taylor Parrott plays right, hits eighth. And Austin Streifel in left will hit ninth. Ryan Weathers on the mound, the lefty. The ace of this team will face the right-handed Jonas Sanders. Here's the first pitch from Weathers. Fastball outside corner is over for a strike. And we've heard a lot of talk about the speed of Ryan Weathers. His pitches has grown even from last year and even since spring ball with Loretto High School. We can see it right there. Fastball thrown right by Sanders. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, he's trying to catch up with that one. But Ryan has got to like his chances here with a 3-run lead as his own doing back at the top of the first inning. So he can just sit back there and rock and throw that fastball by him and throw a breaking ball every once in a while, keep him honest.
And 3 pitches. Strikeout swinging. Not a chance for Sanders to catch up with that one, and Weathers looks good early. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 3-0 your score. The host team from Lawrenceburg in Lawrence County leading Fargo, North Dakota. The hitter will be Brant Kolpak. First pitch nearly hits his feet in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Well, you got somebody throwing almost 90 miles an hour, but he's also on the left-handed side, so a lot of teams don't see that.
There's a line drive. Sam Crane comes over, kneels down, gets the out. 2 gone here early in the first.
That was a little bit off the end of the bat, and it took something off of it, and Sam was able to step right in front of it and make an easy out.
So 2 outs gone. And the hitter will be Chandler Eibach, the catcher. First pitch off speed is nasty for a strike. 0-1.
That wasn't wicked.
That's just unfair.
Yeah.
That's just not right. Here's the 0-1. Does it again.
Took something off of it.
So 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the first. 3-0 Lawrence County with the lead. Here's the pitch. Just missed on the outside corner.
Well, you had the 0-2 count on him. He was trying to throw something outside to make him reach for it. And he didn't take it. Eibach didn't. Brooks on deck for the Fargo team with 2 out here if he can keep it going.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2-3 goes Fargo in the first. 1 down. We head to the second. Lawrence County coming back to the plate. They lead it 3-0. This is a 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
In the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. With Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
And we're back to Lawrenceburg and Denver Trapp Field. We head to the top of the second. Lawrenceburg, Tennessee leading Fargo, North Dakota, 3-0. Up for the host team, it'll be Bailey Burleson and Drew Bailey. As the final warm-up tosses for Cameron Blazek. Ryan Weathers only 9 total pitches, Stanley, in that first inning.
Very efficient.
Yes.
That's what you like to see in a tournament like this. You know you're going to have to use them a few more times down the road, but if you can get those outs quickly and not use up any of that arm strength. But that's what this Lawrenceburg club, they've got some hurlers on it.
First pitch to Bailey. Did he go around? And first base umpire says yes. Strike one.
One of those pitchers is batting right now. Summertown product, Bailey Burleson.
He is a gritty player. Swing and a miss. All-speed pitch. 0-2 the count.
All three high schools well represented on this team.
Almost equally, Stanley.
It is.
And even Christopher Jackson out of Collinwood has joined them this year. Here's the 0-2. It is low for a ball. And the count now 1-2.
Just glad we got baseball now.
Oh, yes. It has been a long time coming. A lot of preparation has gone into this World Series. Here's the 1-2. Laced into right field, over McKeever's head. Leadoff single for Burleson, makes the turn at first. And Parrott gets it in. So Burleson stands at first with nobody out.
Just took that outside pitch and just placed it right over the first baseman's head into right field. So Burleson do what you got to do as a leadoff hitter.
So Drew Bailey will step into the batter's box. Ben Staggs is on deck, the 10th hitter in the lineup for the team from Lawrenceburg. Throw back over. And Burleson gets his jersey dirty. McKeever is there. Lawrenceburg, Stanley, in their University of Tennessee jerseys, if you will, the uniforms. They've got that old Astros look with Tennessee that they wore this year. Ball is fouled away. 0-1 the count.
The Astros look like a walking rainbow. This is like a dreamsicles.
It is, yeah. It is the cream. It's like the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, Giles County, I look over here on this other field. There's no score. Sarasota and Giles County playing, and they've got the orange tops, almost
That's
like
right.
this.
It's almost like they flipped the stripes, as they are the East Tennessee champs. That ball is high for a ball. 1-1 the count.
We got that logo with the outline of the Tennessee, state of Tennessee on the back of their jerseys.
Yeah, it's a good-looking jersey.
Pretty sharp.
There goes the runner. Throw down to second. Nobody is there in time, and safely is Burleson. The pitch was a ball outside, so Burleson with a stolen base.
Well, Lawrenceburg with a 3-run lead, using that speed to put some pressure on the defense of Fargo. And it works as we get a runner down in scoring position.
So the count 2-1 to Drew Bailey. Not sure what the holdup was there.
I'm not sure either.
Pitch is just a bit high. 3-1 the count. I want to remind folks, our broadcast tonight on the Exports TV is brought to you by Valentine Enterprises. Pitch is fouled away. And the count now is full at 3-2. Bailey Burleson at second. Singled and stole second base. Here's the payoff pitch from Blazek. Popped out of play over the first base dugout. And the count remains full. You know, Stanley, you had hoped that this type of crowd would show up. And when Giles County won the East Tennessee State Championship, you thought it might come true. This is probably beyond anybody's imagination. That ball is fouled away.
Well, I know the cookers. I've been watching the cookers over here. Of course, you know how I like food.
Well, I know
they ran out of cooked hamburgers between between the two sessions here after the opening ceremonies. It's, you know, everybody started getting hungry. So,
yep.
But they got plenty of food and just got a little bit behind on the cooking.
Well, it's hard to keep up with this many people. There goes the runner, Burleson, to third. The throw down is in time, but that tag is high. It was ball 4. So a walk and a stolen base, and that'll get Burleson to third. As Bailey is at first.
Well, Jonas Sanders did a good job of keeping that ball in the infield. Then he tried to swipe the tag down there on him.
Tell you, I've noticed
Bailey Burleson made a good slide.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Stanley, but Ibach behind the plate, so quick to get the ball out, actually quicker than his teammates can get to the bag. Here's Ben Staggs. First pitch to him, strike outside corner. And the count 0-1. Staggs is the 10th hitter in the lineup. In Babe Ruth baseball, you can have the extra hitter if you choose. You do not have to.
Designated hitter.
That's
it's
right.
An extra player.
It's an extra player. Swing and a miss. And 0-2 the count. You can either go with 9 fielders and have them hit, or add that extra hitter in there and go 10. You know, if you've got a deep lineup, it may not be a bad idea. If you don't, you probably want to stay with 9. Swing and a miss, inside high fastball. And down goes Staggs for the first out of the inning. It's one of those, you either get out of the way or swing at it, and he swung at it. Top of the lineup now, Coulter Hauser, as he walked his first time. Came around to score in the first. 3-0 Lawrence County with the lead. There's a bunt. It's a sacrifice. The squeeze play works.
Well, I was wondering what they didn't do it when Staggs was up there, but they did it this time with Hauser, who's got some speed. Ben Staggs has some speed too, but he's also got some power. But with one out, they call the suicide on, or I should say the squeeze. It wasn't a suicide squeeze.
Yeah, safety squeeze. But it worked.
But as soon as the ball was bunted back then between the third and pitcher, the Burleson took off from third.
Run makes it 4-0. First pitch to Jacob Hallmark is low for a ball. 1-0 count. Hallmark walked his first time. Came around to score. Back in the first. At second now is Bailey. There's a pitch lined into right field. Going back is Parrott. He's got a beat on it. Tagging at second is Bailey. He'll make third easily, and holding at first is Hauser. So Hallmark moves the runner over, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
So the sacrifice fly works. They're going with the pitch. They're going to right field, and you like to see that. They're not trying to pull it. Remember last year down in Ocala, they were talking about that, trying to get them out of that, and they've done a good job.
Tell you, not having to play in the tournaments and getting a lot of game action in scrimmages and in some other tournaments, I think it's starting to really pay off. Ryan Weathers fouled it off his ankles for a foul ball. 0-1 the count. He lined a triple to right field his first time up. 2 RBIs.
Took the first pitch to right field that he saw. Been seeing a lot of that from this Lawrenceburg squad. They go into right field, and as I mentioned before, that's what you like to see. Go with the pitch. Don't try to pull it. That's when you get the ground balls.
Patient on that one. It's high. 1-1 the count. Top of the second, 4-0. Lawrenceburg with the lead over Fargo, North Dakota. Here's the 1-1. Outside. 2-1 the count.
Ryan Weathers, of course, the son of former Major League pitcher David Weathers, the manager of this Lawrenceburg team.
David introduced Johnny Bench last night at the Celebration of Champions. What a fantastic event that was. That pitch is inside for a strike. Count even at 2-2 on Johnny Bench. I don't know if you heard on the morning show this morning, Stanley, but Lane mentioned about how we needed to tweet to Johnny about the event. That pitch is fouled away. And so I tweeted out what a great start to the Babe Ruth World Series at Johnny Bench _ and so forth. He retweeted this afternoon to his 40,000 plus followers.
Oh, wow.
How about that? So thank you, Lane. Here's the 2-2. There goes the runner from second. Hot shot to Sanders across the diamond in time for the third out. Nice play by Jonas Sanders to retire Weathers. The third out of the inning, but not before the host team gets another run on one more hit, and they lead it 4-0. We head to the bottom of the second. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Babe Ruth World Series. Andy Wilson, here's JP Plant.
And we're back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on the X Sports Radio Network. Head to the bottom half of the second, it's 4-0. The host team from Lawrenceburg leading Fargo, North Dakota. Up for the Midwest Plains champs, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Jonathan Brooks, Cameron Blazek, and Jacob McKeever. As Ryan Weathers mowed him down 1-2-3 in the first.
Got a score from the other field. It looks like Sarasota's up 3-0 going to the top of the second inning.
And
Giles County.
All right, first pitch to Brooks. Over for a strike, and if you're driving around and happen to be in Giles County, that game is on our sister station, 106.7 WKSR tonight. Let me get that over to the Giles County folks. Wide open stance for Brooks. It's a big cut. Swung through that one, 0-2 the count.
This is pool play. Every team gets to play 4 games. Then they'll take the records from that.
Pitch, strike, 3. Catches the inside corner.
Let me tell you, Ryan Weathers is wheeling and dealing out there right now.
Looking good here early. I think he's shaking off any nerves he may have had, Stanley.
Oh, yeah. But you know what, Ryan he's the kind of kid that can take the nerves.
Oh, most definitely.
He can handle pressure.
Cameron Blazek, the hitter, lefty. Pitches inside for a ball. First lefty we've seen tonight from Fargo. Open stance as well. Lefty on lefty. That one's even more inside. 2-0 the count.
We mentioned David Weathers being the manager. Of course, Michael Crane, the other coach, and Josh Purcell, another coach for this Lawrenceburg squad.
Here's the 2-0. Strike of the letters. 2-1. And that group has been with these kids all 3 years in Babe Ruth. They've actually been a lot longer. But it's part of the reason why they've been so successful. Strike on the outside corner from Weathers, and evens the count at 2-2.
Good pitch right there. Give it away.
Here's the 2-2. And that is low. Full count. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. 4-0. The host team from Lawrenceburg with the lead over North Dakota. Inside, and a walk. First batter to reach on Ryan Weathers is Cameron Blazek.
First hiccup of the night for Ryan Weathers, a walk here. Lawrenceburg will be playing with the double play here, trying to induce a ground ball from McKeever. First baseman for this Fargo team. Looks down there, it is Coach Mike Erickson.
Bailey Burleson holding the runner on. First pitch lifted into center field. Coming in is Hauser. Calling him off is Hallmark. Makes the play in the grass for the second out of the inning, and retreating back to first is Blazek.
Well, with Kendall Franklin behind the plate, Sam Crane at second, you got Jacob Hallmark at shortstop, and Hauser roaming out in center field. You got a heck of a defense in the middle of this defense for Lawrenceburg. The middle portion. That's where you want to be strong.
So 2 outs now.
And Ryan Weathers, a pretty good first baseman. He's on the mound. He can fill that position very well too.
That pitch gets past Franklin. Moving to second now is Blazek. May have just got crossed up on the signs there, as you see Franklin, if you're watching on Exports TV, look over in the dugout. Did I miss the sign?
Yeah, they're going to talk about it.
It's a pretty good pitch. Actually, it was good enough for a strike.
So Fry's got a chance to get the first run in for North Dakota here. The base hit. 2 out. The runner at second will be running.
And that is Blazek. Pitch from Weathers. Inside corner for a strike. And 0-2 to the North Dakota shortstop, Colton Fry. Here's the delivery. Off-speed pitch. Had him leaning. He held off. Pretty good discipline there by Fry. See Blazek there at second, watching on Exports TV. There's a grounder to the left side of the infield. Coming in is Hallmark. Long throw to first. Not in time.
Well, that ball slowed down on Jacob Hallmark. He had to wait for it a little bit. He couldn't really charge it because he was trying to make sure it didn't get by him and give him an infield hit there. And they do.
So runners at the corners now. First hit of the ball game for Fargo, compared to 4 for Lawrenceburg.
So they're threatening here.
The 8th hitter in the lineup, Taylor Parrott at the plate, right field, and a lot of open stance. Batting in, did they get the runner? Yes, they did. Ryan Weathers with an excellent pickoff move gets Colton Fry leaning for the 3rd out of the inning. North Dakota threatens in the second, but they strand a couple of runners, and we head to the top of the 3rd. 4-0, Lawrenceburg over North Dakota on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back after this.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Ruth World Series. With Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
And we're back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. The host team from Lawrenceburg leading 4-0 as we head to the top of the third, up 4. The host team for Lawrence County will be 4, 5, and 6 hitters: Lance Pope, Sam Crane, Jacob Laws. And here with the call, Stanley G. Wilson.
All right, JP. Lance Pope leading off here. 4-0, Lawrenceburg in control. Blazek on the mound for Fargo. First pitch from him. Ball inside, 1-0. Glad to have you aboard here on this Thursday evening. Beautiful night for baseball. Here's the pitch in the dirt. 2-0 now. There's a wind and the pitch. Swung on, fouled off, out of play behind us. 2-1 now. Lance Pope's got some power. He can put it out. Wind has died down here. This afternoon is blowing briskly from left to right, but no wind right now. That one's fouled off the end of the bat. Evens it up at 2-2 now. Nobody out. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the third inning, Lance Pope. Lawrenceburg leading 4-0 over Fargo, North Dakota. First game of pool action here at the 2015 15-year-old Babe Ruth. Swung on, ground ball towards short. Big hop right there. Throw over to first in the dirt, picked up, and they got him. Good play by Fry. Got a Sunday hop, and the throw was in the dirt, but a nice pickup from McKeever at first base. So good play by Fargo, gives them one out. Sam Crane will stroll up here. Crane hit one deep to right center field for a double last time up. Here's a wind and the pitch to him. And he check swings it and fouls it off. Didn't mean to, but he's in the hole 0-1 now. There's a wind and the pitch. Ball in the dirt. Evens it up at 1-1. Lawrenceburg scored 3 in the top of the first, got 1 in the top of the second, and here we are in the top of the third with a 4-0 lead. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 1-2 now. Pitch to Crane, swung on, fly ball toward right center field. Going over, and is he going to get down? And the right fielder comes all the way around and can't get it. It drops in for a base hit. And Sam Crane does a belly flop. I'm not going to say that's a head first slide. That was a belly flop at second base.
As only Sam Crane could do.
That looked like Ben Luna out there at second base.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Sam is a fun player to watch.
Always hustling, and you see it pays off.
He got 2 doubles tonight.
He came ready to play.
I don't know if he's still got some teeth. I don't know. That'll bring up Jacob Laws, the big left-hander. Struck out his first time up. Here's the first pitch to him. Strike called. Time called. And I think Sam's a little shook up.
I think he may have bumped his head a little bit when he fell forward. A little woozy, maybe. Either that or got the breath knocked out of him.
He could have the breath. He's going to come out of the game. His dad's out there. Coach Weathers is out there.
Well, we hope he's all right.
He's going to get a big round from the home crowd.
Yep. He is one of the toughest kids you'll find.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come out. Now, he can come back in the game. He's a starter. He can get checked out, catch his breath, and if he's able to go, he'll come right back in the ball game. In the meantime, we're going to have a pinch runner for him. It's going to be Austin Clanton. And Austin may stay in the game and play second base. Just see what happens with Sam. They're going to take him in the dugout and check him out. But he can re-enter the ball game in the same batting spot that he was at. Here's the wind and pitch to Laws. Ball outside. Even 2-0 now. No, excuse me, 1-1.
That's what I thought.
Scoreboard's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Call
him out there, Stanley. It's new to all of us, too.
Yeah. New scoreboard.
It is a brand new golf, I tell you what.
Good looking scoreboards. Here's a wind in the pitch. Swung on. There's one right back up the middle. It's going to fall in. Clanton had to hold up, and now he's going to make his way around third. He stumbles a little bit, but the throw's going to get cut off. As Laws going to try for second, and he's in there safe. Jacob Laws hustling all the way around. Clanton making it all the way around from second to home to score a run to go up 5-0 now for Lawrenceburg. But Jacob Laws hustling around.
I like the attitude, Stanley, of this Lawrenceburg team coming in front of their home crowd. This place is packed. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of built up, a lot of time in between some actual games that have meant something. It's been since June.
Yes, it has.
Them. And they've come to play tonight.
Ball outside, 1-0. Kendall Franklin, your batter. He's the catcher on the squad. And we may have had some Albach and Blake and the pitcher, Blazik, trying to get on the right page. Franklin ready. Ball outside, 2-0 now. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-0. So Franklin will probably have the take sign here as he looks down to David Weathers at third base. Michael Crane, first base coach. Josh Purcell, the bench coach. Here's the wind of the pitch. Strike in there. It's 3-1 now. Runner at second base. That's Jacob Laws. He hit a double to drive in a run. Ball in the dirt, gets away, and Laws is going to take off now, and not going to be a throw down to third. Franklin rounds first base. So Lawrenceburg trying to get some more on the board here. They've already got one here in this inning to take a 5-0 lead. And we're going to have a timeout as the coach for Fargo is going to come out. That's going to be Mike Erickson. And Coach Erickson going to go out and try to settle down his pitcher, talk to his catcher. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Remind you that Lawrenceburg will be back in action tomorrow night, JP, at 8 o'clock. They'll be playing Pittsfield, Massachusetts, a very good team that we saw earlier today.
Yeah, Pittsfield, I think one of the 2 or 3, maybe 4 teams that might be picked to win this thing. And they were undefeated in the regional tournament in New England. Looked sharp today, a no-hitter by Isaiah Mestry. Tell you what, good-looking ball club. That should be an entertaining game tomorrow night.
First game will start tomorrow at 5 o'clock. There's swung on, ground ball right through the hole as a hit and run was on. As Franklin took off from first, Laws is going to score easily. The left fielder bobbles it, and Burleson's going to be down at second. Here's the throw to the plate, and he's going to be out. Franklin took off. I don't know what happened down there at third, but he took off, and Fargo made the relay throw to the plate, and he was tagged out easily. So 2 out now as Bailey Burleson makes his way around to second base, and they'll bring up Drew Bailey. 2 runs in here and makes it 6-0 now. But now 2 out as an out was made at the plate. Ball outside. 1-0. Burleson gets his lead. He's dancing around out there, and Blazik's going to step off. Blazik looks back. He's at the stretch. He winds and he fires the plate. In the dirt. Ball 2. 2-0, 2 out. Drew Bailey, your batter. Bailey Burleson down at second base. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, ground ball towards short. Up with it. Over to first in time. That was Fry making a nice play. So that'll do it for Lawrenceburg in their half of the third. But they score 2 runs. Your score, Lawrenceburg 6, North Dakota 0. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
World Series with Stanley Wilson. Here's JP Plant.
And welcome back to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, presented on Exports TV by Valentine Enterprises. 6-0 your score. The host team from Lawrenceburg leading Fargo. And here with the call once again, Stanley G. Wilson.
All right, they go to the bottom of the fourth inning here. Excuse me, bottom of the third inning. First pitch swung on and missed. That was shot over to right field, and he's got it. Bailey Burleson moving over to toward the line to make the easy out. So 1 out. Strolling to the plate will be Streifel. Austin Streifel, the left fielder for Fargo. The Fargo people are familiar with this part of the country as they have played in the Division II National Championship team. North Dakota State University is up there, and the Bisons have come down here to Florence, Alabama to play the Division II Championship.
That's right.
And we're only a few miles away from that, north of Florence. So you folks listening to us in North Dakota, if you are familiar with National Championship football, first pitch outside in Florence, Alabama, the Division II Championship for many years. Their own Jeff Bentram won the first Harlan Hill Award.
How about that knowledge, Stanley? Digging deep, my friend.
I got to meet Jeff. Ball 2-0.
Stanley Streifel, of course, from Fargo, but his favorite team, Boston Red Sox. And Bryce Harper, that's his player. He's got a little swagger with that bat, a little bit like Harper.
That one's inside. 3-0 now.
And what I like here, we asked these kids about their favorite video game. He says, I don't play games, I do math. How about that?
Ball outside. So 4 pitches and a walk. Ryan Weather's going to walk off the mound. Kendall Franklin go out there and talk to him.
There's a role model for you. I don't play games, I do math.
I don't do video. That's unusual nowadays.
I know.
Johnny Bench was talking about that, the depth, your depth perception. Is that if you watch these screens, it narrows your depth perception. I guess they had a study, I think, from the University of Cincinnati. I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how many kids actually stayed away from their phones or iPads today because of that.
No, not many.
Not many.
First pitch foul tipped in the mid, strike 1. This is Jonas Sanders. Ran in his granddad down here. He drove all the way down here, 16-hour drive. Wearing his big cowboy hat.
All right. Well, he ought to be easy to spot there.
Time called at the plate.
Well, Stanley, I can't let this go without telling you who his favorite team is.
Oh.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, you're going to go give that young man a big hug.
No kidding.
Swung on a miss, strike 2.
See, we got Vandy fans even in North Dakota.
Anchored
Anchor down.
Anchor up.
Well, not sure. I imagine probably baseball is his favorite sport of that particular school.
Vanderbilt, if you're a youngster and you're watching the last few years, Vanderbilt baseball, they become your favorite team. Throw over to first. Weather's already picked one runner off, so Fargo's very aware of that move now. Weather's a left-hander. He's got that sneaky move. Now Austin Clanton has stayed in the ball game to play second base. Strike called, and that'll do it for Sanders. Caught looking at the plate. 2 out now. Sam Crane. I don't know if he's still in the dugout or not.
Play down number 3, Brad Kopak.
Here's Kopak. First pitch to him is in for a strike. 0-1. Wind in the pitch. Curveball.
Wow.
In there. How about that? You see a fastball, then all of a sudden you see that slow curveball, and you're sitting on a fastball, and you just have to watch that curve go over.
Well, you might have heard the groans from the press box. You can only imagine what it must have felt like down in the batter's box.
Here's the 0-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll do it for Fargo in their half of the third inning. No runs, and the score will remain Lawrenceburg 6, North Dakota 0. You're listening to the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. We'll be back in a moment.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And we're back. The 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on Exports Radio Network and Exports TV, presented by Valentine Enterprises. So glad to be with you, JP Plant, Stanley Wilson, as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. The host team from Lawrenceburg will be up to bat. It will be the 10 1 and 2 hitters, Ben Staggs, Colton Hauser, and Jacob Hallmark. Here with the call once again, Stanley Wilson.
All right, Ben Staggs stepping in there. Timeout call is something about the dugout on the Lawrenceburg side. Not exactly sure. They just told them they all want them in the dugout, and I think
keep the bat boys behind the net there, I think is.
First pitch from Blazik is in there for a strike. Going all the way for Fargo tonight.
There's a break in the dugout where most of the players are standing.
Ball inside. Count 1-1.
We'll make sure that the bat boys are behind that netting.
Well, we mentioned this earlier this afternoon. If you come out here, watch for foul balls. Strike called, outside corner, 1-2 now. Blazik's finding a little groove. Staggs, I believe, struck out his first time up. There's a line in the pitch to him. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1 out here, that'll bring him to the top of the order. Coulter Hauser, pardon me. Coulter is fleet of foot. Something that me and you don't know about.
No, not at all.
First pitch to him is low, ball 1. 1-0. Hopped up to the right side. First baseman coming over. McKeever's under it, and he's got it in foul territory. 1 out. So we'll pop up to the first baseman. 2 outs now. And Jacob Hallmark will be the batter.
Stanley, I want to give a shout out to those that may be watching this live at Huckleberry's in Lawrenceburg, one of the big screens. If you're in there, tweet us a picture at Exports Radio. Let's see how it looks on the big screen. Just be glad you're not seeing us.
Ball 1. 1-0. Somebody asked if we were going to have Periscope. I said, we got something better than that.
Yeah, it's a little better than Periscope.
Ground ball towards second. Big hop over there. A first throw to first is good, so that'll do it as Kolpak takes care of business. Three up, 3 down. Nobody scores in that inning. The score remains Lawrenceburg 6, Fargo, North Dakota 0. You're listening to the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
And we're back to Lawrenceburg, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. And Lawrenceburg leading 6-0 over Fargo, North Dakota. Up for the home team on the scoreboard from North Dakota. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Chandler Ibach, Jonathan Brooks, and Cameron Blazik. And here with the call, Stanley Wilson.
All right, here we go here. The bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch from Weathers is down low. Ibach, the catcher for Fargo. One-0 pitch coming. That one's fouled off. Ibach taking a long look down at his coach at third base, Mike Erickson. Time call at the plate. And granted. Ibach ready now. Pitch from Weathers. Bounced in the dirt. 2-1 now.
And Stanley getting some feedback on Twitter from at Chris Jackson. You know who that is. Looking good from the friendly confines of Loretto. Got his flat screen playing
He's got it going.
That looks pretty good. How about that?
That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 now.
Yeah, our partners over on Tom Cruise Field with Kevin Kilpatrick and Cam Mashburn.
2-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball towards second. Clanton up with it. Throw to first in time. So 1 out.
And so, as I was saying, they've actually been putting those two fools on camera, but that's okay for them. It's probably best that we don't beat on camera. Is that what you say?
Yeah. We don't want to break the cameras.
We may have AJ or Luna's actually running the camera right now.
What's going on here? Why is it shaking so much? Swung on a miss, strike one.
We may have to show them in post game.
This is awesome to have three cameras. World Series next year goes back to Williston, North Dakota. Ball outside, and we've got a group from Williston here.
That's right.
And they did a great job with their production, too. I remember Mr. Ralph. I think he'd been calling baseball for a while. Ball in the dirt. I think he may even called Babe Ruth himself. Nice gentleman. Good gentleman.
You had a lot of conversation with him trying to get the feedback from Williston to Lawrenceburg.
And everything was going good until the championship game on Saturday, and then the personnel switch at the radio station, and there's a shot toward right field. Back goes Hauser, and he's got it. He ran it down.
Wow.
Coulter Hauser in center field showing that speed. He got on that horse and giddied up. And Hauser runs it down in right center field.
That was impressive, Stanley. He had a beat on it, didn't break stride.
Here's Blazik now. Timeout at the plate. Hauser's going to go over, play him in left center a little bit, play him not to pull. Swung on a miss, strike one.
Got our friend Mark from the Power System trying to sell the chicken legs that he just bought from the Kiwanis concession stand.
That was misses for a ball, 1-1. Yeah, they got a little different food. Of course, you got your hot dogs and hamburgers, but they got nachos with pulled pork. They had the prime rib sandwich. They have a special every day. One of them it'll be a brisket sandwich.
Yeah, I think that's tomorrow.
Ball outside, 2-1. I'm looking forward to that.
And Saturday, Stanley, fried bologna sandwiches.
There you go.
There you go.
2-1 pitch on its way. Strike in there. Now it evens it up at 2-2. 2 out here. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lawrenceburg leading 6-0. That one's fouled off. Trying to jam him on the inside. He fought it off. Two and 2 count, 2 out. Weathers winds and he fires. Outside, 3-2 now. He thought it was ball 4. So 3-2 count. That one fouled off, out of play. Look out. That one goes all the way over to the other field. These fields are so close. Made it over there. Blazik steps back in. 3-2 count. Here's a wind and pitch from Weathers. Ball low. Ball 4 now. So Blazik will take a spot down at first base with 2 out. That'll bring up McKeever, the first baseman.
Batting for Fargo, number 19, Jacob McKeever.
McKeever steps in there. First pitch to him is called strike. Ryan Weathers, left-hander, going all the way for Lawrenceburg. Pitching a shutout so far. North Dakota trying to get back into this game. That one's inside. 1-1 now. Here's a wind in the pitch. Strike called. 1-2 now. That's a stretch. Weathers winds. Strikeout. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So that'll do it for Fargo in their half of the 4th inning. Your score remain Lawrenceburg 6, North Dakota 0. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
WDXE-FM Loretto, broadcast services of Prospect Communications.
We go to the top of the 5th inning here. Ryan Weathers will lead off for Lawrenceburg. They lead 6-0 against the team from Fargo, North Dakota. Opening night of the 2015 Babe Ruth 15-year-old All-Stars right here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 1981 was the last time this town has hosted a World Series. We've had some regionals since then, but not a World Series. Weathers steps up. First pitch to him. Curveball goes over the plate. Looks like we got a new pitcher here. Jason Siegel. Curveball up high because he's throwing a little slower than the other one. So Siegel, your new pitcher for Fargo. One and the pitch. Swung on a ground ball in between the short and third baseman out to left field for a base hit. So Ryan Weathers is on at first. That'll bring up Lance Pope, the number 4 hitter for Lawrenceburg. So the leadoff hitter on for Lawrenceburg here in the top of the 5th inning. There's the visitors in this first game. They'll be the home team tomorrow night when they take on Massachusetts at 8 o'clock. Fouled off to the right side. It's going to stay in play. Can anybody get to it? And McKeever cannot run it down. So just a long foul ball. So Pope will have an 0-1 count on him. Siegel facing his second batter in relief. Weathers gets the lead at first. 0-1 count, nobody out. Top of the 5th inning here. Here's a pitch to Pope. Swung on, ground ball, a little dribbler toward third, and it's going to go foul and stay foul. So 0-2 on Lance Pope. It is 6-5 now as East Tennessee, for the kids from Giles County, has taken a lead over Sarasota, Florida, in the going to the bottom of the 3rd. Well, actually, they're still in the top of the 3rd. 0-2 count on Pope. Throw over to first. He's back in time easily. Weathers gets his lead. Siegel at the belt. Winds and fires to the plate. Another ground ball toward third, and it's going to be foul. Lance Pope just out in front of it. just so slightly. Siegel not throwing with the velocity as the previous pitcher, Blasik. Oh, 2 count. Siegel, that's a stretch. Pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1 out now. Weather's still at first. And Austin Clanton will be the batter. Came in to replace Sam Crane, who left the game with an injury. I have not heard any report on his injury. Winds picked back up a little bit, blowing left to right now. Curveball swung on and fouled off at the plate. 0-1. Clanton back up there. Siegel taking a long look at first. Now he's at the stretch. Weather gets his lead. Throw over. Back in time is Weathers. Jacob McKeever holding him on there for Fargo, the first baseman. 0-1 count, 1 out. There's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball toward first. McKeever up with it. It's going to go to second. Out there, but no play back at first as nobody was covering. Siegel didn't get off the mound quick enough, but there is 2 out as they get the lead runner at second base. So Weathers will walk off, and Clanton will be the runner at first, and Jacob Laws will be the batter. I see his mama Kim down there in the stands, along with his sister Abby. Kendall Franklin's on deck if Jacob Laws can keep the inning alive. Siegel looks in, throws over to first. Clanton back head first. Ball gets away from McKeever, not far enough for him to move to second. 2 out here, top of the 5th inning. Lawrenceburg leading 6-0. I'll give you an Express Med game update in just a moment. Swung on, ground ball towards second. Runner was going. Shortstop comes all the way over and throws him out.
Wow.
So Fry came all the way over. It was a slow bounding ball, and he fielded it right in front of the second baseman. And Clanton was on the move going down to second, and that's an easy out for them as they get Laws going down the first base line. So that'll do it for Lawrenceburg in their half of the 5th inning. Your score remained Lawrence County 6, North Dakota nothing. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports Television. Back in a moment.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV, presented by Valentine Enterprises. So glad to be here with you this afternoon and this evening, all day long. Game started at 3. Here in Denver Trapp Field, game 4 of the night, game 2 on this field. The host team from Lawrenceburg leading Fargo, North Dakota, 6-0. As Ryan Weathers has pitched a one-hitter through the first 4+ innings. And up for North Dakota, Fry, Parrott, and Streifel. Once again with the call. Here's Stanley.
All right, first pitch misses for ball one. Weather going all the way for Lawrenceburg. Here's the one and the pitch. Popped up. Is it going to stay in play? And it's going to drift out. I tell you what, you've got to be watching out for these foul balls. We just had one from the other field come crashing over here.
Well, while it can be a hazard, it is a lot of fun because with the two games going on at the same time, you hear a crowd roars. We were talking about earlier, it's like walking the grounds of the Masters or a U.S. Open.
With different holes
Yeah.
playing. Ball inside. Well, there's something to be said about both ways. You know, got games going on at the same time, and you got games one at a time. There's
right.
something pros and cons about both of those. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-2 now, evens it up. Swung on a miss, strike three. So Fry's out swinging. So one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Lawrenceburg rolling along, up 6-0. North Dakota trying to find some offense here.
At the plate down for Fargo, number 13, Nathan Horner.
Nathan Horner's going to come in. He'll step up to the plate. First pitch to Horner. Swung on a miss, strike one. Wonder if he's related to Bob Horner.
That's a good question.
Bob Horner, there's probably a lot of
former
Bob
Braves.
Horners, but former Brave. Foul tipped at the plate. 0-2 now.
Well, he says his favorite athlete is Russell Westbrook from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
So he's a round baller.
Yep. Stanley likes the music of Wiz Khalifa. You know Wiz?
I don't know Wiz.
Don't know Wiz?
Swung on a miss, strike three. I'm not a twit. I don't do the twit. I don't listen to the Wiz.
Oh.
I'm getting old.
Fargo, number 11, Austin Streifel.
First pitch inside. Oops, called strike. Caught the corner. Austin Streifel up to bat. Here's Weathers' next pitch. Down low. 1-1 now. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Lawrenceburg up 6-0. Ryan Weathers going all the way for Lawrenceburg. Here's the one and the pitch. Check swing, and he went. Strike two. 1-2 now.
Okay. Yeah.
1-2 count.
Okay, I'll set
Strike for the batter. Here's the one and pitch to him. Swung on a miss, strike three, and that'll do it for Fargo in their half of the fifth. They failed to score. Your score will remain Lawrenceburg 6, North Dakota nothing. You're listening to Exports Radio and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Stanley Wilson, here's JP Plant.
All right, welcome back to the Babe Ruth World Series here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. The 15-year-olds going at it here is Fargo, North Dakota, and Lawrenceburg, the home team. Lawrenceburg right now up 6-0. Kendall Franklin will lead off for Lawrenceburg. For play-by-play the rest of the way, here's JP Plant.
All right, thank you, Stanley. 6-0. Weathers with a gem so far. Kendall Franklin 0 for 1 with a line drive and a walk this evening. First pitch from Blazek is outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Lawrenceburg with 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 5 runners left on base. Fargo with no runs, 1 hit, and 0 runners left on base. And that ball is line drive to the shortstop, off the glove and into his face of Colton Fry. And he's shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, that smacked him in the face. Coach Erickson running out there to check on him right now. Just off the tip of his glove into a line drive.
I hope he's okay. We've already seen Sam Crane come out of the game, and Fry will come out as well.
Yeah, he may be bleeding. May cut his lip. I think we got some trainers out here. I don't know if they.
So Colton Fry will walk off.
Well, we got this break in the action. Give you a tournament recap. This is brought to you by State Farm agent Brad Nilsson. For all your auto, home, or life insurance needs, call Brad Nilsson at 931-762-8181. Currently, the game going over the other field, it's Giles County in Sarasota, Florida, and they're tied up 6-6.
And if you're watching on Exports TV, you see Fry. Got popped in the nose with the ball, and he will walk off trying to stop that bleeding, so we hope he's okay.
The games earlier today, Massachusetts 10-run ruled Wisconsin 10-0 behind a 6-inning no-hitter by Massachusetts, and the Texas team came back in the 7th inning to beat California 8-3. So they're going to take Fry off, JP, and let the medical team look at him.
Yeah, and Rylan Arnold will step in at short to take the place of Fry.
Give him a chance to warm up just a little bit. I think Arnold's going to go to third, isn't he? Almo. Beg your pardon. Rylan Almo.
Yes, he is at third. Sanders then going over to
shortstop. So you would expect, some of your better players play shortstop, and that's a big loss for Fargo if Fry is out for any length of time. Again, he can come back in the game. If they get his medical situation under control and they feel he could still play, he can come back into the game.
We do have a new pitcher for North Dakota. Carson Segal.
Now he's pitched in relief here. Going to drop in for a base hit to right center field.
So rounding second is Franklin.
He's going to go to third, and now what a nice running performance by Bailey Burleson. He kept hustling all the way, and they threw it into second. but it was at the second base spot, the second base position spot, not the base. So Lawrenceburg using that speed and hustle to put the pressure on the defense. And Drew Bailey will come up. 2 runners in scoring position.
So Bailey tonight 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. First pitch from Seagal is outside for a ball, 1-0.
Bailey looked like he squared around the bunt.
He's trying to. It was inside 2-0. Kendall Franklin at third. Bailey Burleson at second. Drew Bailey, the hitter. Here's the pitch. It is high. 3-0 the count. Tell you, we got the hardest working crew.
AJ just made this all the way back from center field. He didn't get to take a direct route either. In there for a strike. 3-1 now on Drew Bailey. 2 runners on at second and third.
3-1 delivery coming from Seagal. Here it is. Popped up. Will it stay in the infield? I think it will, behind home plate. And making the grab is Eibach for the first out of the inning. It's always a tough play, Stanley, to turn your back, but you did just like you're taught.
Exactly right. That rotation on the baseball, you turn your back to the infield and you keep your eye on it. You throw your mask away as far as you can so you don't step on it. The wind, again, has picked up a little bit. Feels cool up here this box.
A little breeze blowing through here. There's a line drive into center field. Going back is Brooks. Drifting to his right, tacking are the runners. Franklin from third. He will score, and moving to third is Bailey Burleson. So a sacrifice fly makes it now 7-0 Lawrenceburg.
That's Ben Staggs right there, taking it the other way. He struggled his first 2 at bats, but that time he was able to take a pitch and go to right field with it.
So Coulterhauser, walk and score in the first. Bunted single in the second. And flew out to first in the fourth. He is 1 for 2 officially. That pitch is over for a strike.
He made a great running catch out in center field. He ran one down.
Yes, he did. Carson Seagal. Looking at third, now coming to the plate. And the pitch is low and outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. If you missed any action of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, go to exportsradio.com and you can watch replays on demand. Exports TV presented by Valentine Enterprises. That pitch is fouled away. 1-2.
Toward the North Dakota folks.
Yeah.
Nice little crowd over there.
Towards our right field camera operator, Darian McCroskey, too. He's waving his arms. Say, hey, give me a glove. Oh, it's caught at third, and he is out. That was Burleson was leaning, and Seagal noticed it, stepped off the rubber, and threw over to third for the third out of the inning. But the team from Lawrenceburg gets one more run. They lead it 7-0. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Here from Lawrenceburg, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back after this.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. The host team from Lawrenceburg up 7-0 over the team from Fargo, North Dakota. As we head to the bottom of the 6th.
You know, JP, it's not a World Series until you find that red, white, and blue bunting.
That's right. You got to have that. And we've got plenty of it. And one thing, if you're watching on Exports TV, you might see white circles out on the outfield fence. Well, those are baseballs, if you will, that have the teams of the age group and the year of either a state championship, a regional championship, a World Series appearance. So kind of the history. You would see banners in a gymnasium. You have baseballs on the outfield wall. It's
Pretty
a nice
cool
touch out there. Yeah, it is. First pitch from Ryan Weathers to Jonas Sanders is low.
Coach
for a ball, 1-0.
Coach Erickson a little late getting back over to third base. Sure he was in there giving coached them up in the dugout.
That pitch is outside for a ball, 2-0. And heading to the bullpen for Lawrence County is Jacob James. Tall lefty. That pitch is strike inside corner. Lawrence County with 3 lefties. Ryan Weathers, Jacob James, and
Ryan's at 68 pitches right now.
And Jacob Laws, and correction, James is actually warming up with another pitcher. So that pitch was outside, 3-1 the count. Weathers has gone the distance so far. That is Chopper. Off the mound is Weathers. Turns and fires to Burleson for the first out of the inning.
Ryan Weathers got off the mound like a cat right there. Pounced on that ball. I mentioned earlier the defense up the middle for Lawrenceburg, and when you got Ryan Weathers on the mound, that just makes it even stronger.
Get you a scoring update on the Giles County Sarasota game. That pitch is low to Brent Kolpak for a ball, 1-0. They're in the 5th inning, I believe. 7-6. Florida with the lead.
Top of the 4th.
Top of the 4th, okay. That pitch is high. We actually have a window that we can look out and check out the scoreboard over there. You can watch that on Exports TV 2. Kevin Kilpatrick and Cam Mashburn with the call there. 2-0 delivery. Try the off-speed pitch, low for a ball. And it is 3-0. Here's a 3-0 delivery. Low for a ball. And a walk with 1 out for North Dakota. For Ryan Weathers, that is his 4th walk. Only giving up the 1 hit.
Number 8, Chandler Eibach.
So Chandler Eibach will step into the batter's box. Hits from the right side. 0 for 2 today for Fargo. Digs in with a wide open stance. The bat high above his head, swing and a miss.
Yeah, he's got his front foot almost out of the batter's box.
He does.
He's stepping right on the line.
We're in the 6th inning. This game going a lot quicker than the one over Tom Cruise Field. Throw back over to first. Kolpak back safely. Crowd has not diminished much at all, Stanley.
No, it has not.
Slapped foul to the right side, out of play.
Looking for bigger crowds even Friday night and even bigger crowds Saturday night because of the fireworks.
Fireworks, that's right. Games will start at 3 and 3:30 on Saturday. Second games will be 5:30 and 6, and then fireworks right as it gets to be about dark. Here's the 0-2. Curve ball. For a strike and another strikeout for Ryan Weathers.
He's amazing. He walks a batter, then just buckles down and strikes out the next one.
Batter will be Jonathan Brooks for Fargo. Another wide open stance to the right side. Runner at first is Kolpak. First pitch to Brooks is inside. For a ball. 1-0 the count. 2 gone. Bottom of the 6th. 7-0 your score. Lawrenceburg over Fargo, North Dakota. 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series. That's slapped foul in between first and the first base coach. 1-1 the count. Got some action in the Fargo bullpen as well. This pitch lifted foul into that bullpen down the right field line at Fargo. 1-2 the count. You may see Jacob Hallmark on Exports TV. Shaded a little towards center field. That pitch is in the dirt, and holding the swing was Brooks.
They checked down to first base, and he said, nope, didn't go.
2-2 the count.
We got some folks leaving. We can see it out there in center field.
Here's the 2-2. Lifted high into right field. Going back is Staggs. Towards the line. Makes the play amidst the smoke and haze to retire the batter, and the third out of the inning. And for Fargo, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We head to the 7th inning. 7-0 Lawrenceburg over Fargo on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back after this.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown, where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And we're back in Lawrenceburg. 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson, as Lawrenceburg leading Fargo, North Dakota 7-0. Head to the top of the 7th. And it'll be the top of the order for the host team. Coulter Hauser, as Jacob Hallmark will be on deck.
Moving off for Lawrence County, number 9, Coulter Hauser.
And we do have a new pitcher for North Dakota, as that pitch is in the dirt.
Streifel.
Austin Streifel.
Yeah, he's moved over to pitch. Not sure of the other defensive changes yet.
1-0 the count to Hauser. That one's high for a ball. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 delivery. All speed, high. 3-0. Top of the last inning here, Denver Trap Field. Unless North Dakota can rally and tie this one up. That pitch is inside for a ball. And a leadoff walk for Hauser.
Yeah, even if Lawrenceburg gets up 10-0, that North Dakota still has their last chance to bat because Lawrenceburg is the visiting team here in this first game, opening game, I should say, of the 2015 Babe Ruth 15-year-old All-Stars.
Throw over to first. Back in time is Hauser. Hallmark on the evening, 0 for 1. A walk, sacrifice fly, and a ground out. There's a line drive into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Stopping at second is Hauser. First two runners on in the seventh for the host team from Lawrenceburg. They lead it 7-0. That'll bring up Ryan Weathers.
Think of that Blazek that's moved over to left field. Starting pitcher.
Ryan Weathers.
So 2 runners on for Lawrenceburg, JP. They got something going here in the last inning.
Weathers got things started off with a triple in the first, scoring 2 to get Lawrence County on the board. He is 2 for 3 this evening. Here's the pitch from Streifel. Off-speed pitch, curveball. Catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Inside, Weathers checked his swing. He held off. They appealed down to first. He says no, he didn't go. 1-1 to Ryan Weathers. Starting pitcher has gone the distance, given up only 1 hit. I'll tell you, Stanley, how about this pitching so far on day 1 on this field? A no-hitter from Isaiah Mestry and from Pittsfield, and now a 1-hitter so far from Ryan Weathers. There goes the runner, hit and run. And it gets past Sanders in a tough play. Hauser will round third and score. On his way to third is Hallmark, and Weathers with a CNI single gets an RBI, his third of the game, and it's 8-0.
David Weathers calling for the hit and run right there, and they executed it perfectly. Just unfortunate the shortstop couldn't come up with it.
That is Lawrence County number 4, Lane Pope. Lance Pope.
So Lance Pope will be the batter for Lawrenceburg now with 2 runners on at first and third, JP.
All right, so the hit by Weathers puts runners at the corners, 8-0. There goes Weathers. Throw down to second is on the third base side, and Weathers slides in.
That was kind of one of those throws where he couldn't figure out if he needed to throw it or not.
So you haven't seen many catchers quicker than Ibach on the gun. Pitch was inside, makes it 1-0, but runners in scoring position now, 2 of them for Lance Pope. Grounder, foul to the left side. 1-1 the count. Lance on the evening, 0 for 2 with a sac fly, ground out, and a strikeout. Due for a hit. Here's the 1-1 from Streifel. Off-speed pitch. Just misses. 2-1 the count. Still 7-6. Sarasota, Florida over Giles County, Tennessee.
Here it's 8-0 Lawrenceburg.
Lifted high to the left side of the infield. Sanders calling for it. Now backing up, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
And you got to remember now the tie-breaking rule. The first one is the runs allowed.
That's correct.
So Massachusetts already got a shutout in the books, and Lawrenceburg working on that right here.
Well, I tell you, it's continuing to set up to be an outstanding matchup tomorrow night. The late game, 8 o'clock on Denver Trap Field between this host team from Lawrenceburg and the already 1-0 Pittsfield, Massachusetts ball club. Austin Clinton at the plate. First pitch lifted in shallow center, going back as second baseman Kolpak makes the play. First pitch, Clinton flies out to shallow center. 2 gone now in the 7th.
So we got a batter coming up, a pinch hitter here.
Batting for Lawrence County, number 1, Luke Shannon.
Luke Shannon to come in.
Luke batting for Jacob Laws, his slot in the order. First appearance of the ball game. First pitch grounded to the first side. McKeever, he gets past him off his glove. Coming in to score is Hallmark, and at third is Weathers. So the first error of the ball game, and it plates another run. Lawrence County now leads it 9-0.
Well, McKeever had it to do over again. He would have got behind it a little bit more. He tried to waylay it right there. Just kind of threw the old red cape at it. So Franklin will be up.
First pitch to Franklin, lifted into right center field. Going over his Parrott, makes the play. Nice catch on the line drive from Franklin to retire the batter and the side. The host team gets 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. Last chance for North Dakota. They trail 9-0. We head to the bottom of the 7th from Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series right after this.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Fargo, North Dakota, trailing 9-0. As a new pitcher for the host team. As he turns around, we'll see his number. Is that Christopher Jackson there, Stanley? 22? Yep.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Collinwood, Tennessee. The lone Wayne County representative, as Wayne County and Collinwood plays in the Babe Ruth, the Lawrenceburg Babe Ruth. So up for Fargo, North Dakota.
Well, we saw earlier the Texas team was trailing 3-1 going to the top of the 7th, and they scored 7 runs.
That's right. And the hitter is Willie Hendricks. First pitch from Jackson is low for a ball. And by the way, if you missed any of the first 2 games, you can watch the replay on exportsradio.com or check the scores right there on the homepage. We'll keep you up to date throughout the entire Babe Ruth World Series. Just go to exportsradio.com. The 1-0 from Jackson. Grounded to third. Bailey up across the diamond in time, where Ryan Weathers is now playing.
Drew Bailey making it look smooth over there at third base. So one out here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 more outs left for North Dakota. North Dakota trying to get back in this ball game late here. Lawrenceburg wants to hold them right to where they are so they can get that goose egg for that tiebreaker.
First pitch was off the plate to Jackson Roper from Christopher Jackson. 1-0 the count. There's one right down the heart of the plate. 1-1 the count. One out, bottom of the 7th, 9-0. Lawrenceburg leading North Dakota. Jackson comes off the mound for the play, a grounder, and Weathers unable to hold on to it.
He threw it in the ground. He just thrown it. He was trying to take a little off of it so it make sure it got there, but
I think he was kind of caught in between from just throwing a strike or trying to ease up and went in between. So Roper at first. And the hitter is Ryan Arnold.
Ryland.
First pitch to him is low. For a ball, 1-0 the count.
We'll get there. This is our first night.
It is our first night. Been a long day. Been a long week leading up to it, but we're very excited to be here. That pitch is low for a ball. 2-0.
Hope the folks away from Lawrenceburg can be patient with us for a little bit.
Throw back over to first. Back is Roper. Looking ahead, tomorrow night, the host team from Lawrenceburg, they'll take on Pittsfield, Massachusetts. That's 8 o'clock. You can hear that on 105.3. Excuse me, you can hear that game tomorrow night on 98.3. That pitch is low.
Got so many games, so many stations.
So tomorrow night, 98.3. And you can hear the Giles County game against Westchester, California at 7:30. That is on 105.3 and 106.7. Strike outside corner, 3-1 the count. Fargo, they are off tomorrow and will play the first game on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Ball is lifted high in the infield. Weathers calling for it. The edge of the grass for the second out of the inning. And Fargo will be playing the Mid-Atlantic champs from Williamsport, West End, Pennsylvania. As they are one of two teams that are off today, along with the Pacific Northwest team from Glacier, Montana. And Taylor Parrott, the hitter, 0 for 2. First pitch to him is low for a ball. That pitch is low. 2-0. Nine to nothing. Lawrence County, Tennessee with the lead over Fargo, North Dakota. There's a line drive into right center field. That's going to get down, may get to the wall. Rounding second is Roper. He's being waved in. At second and not stopping is Parrott. The relay now to third. Head first dive, not in time. And Roper scores the first run of the ball game. It's 9-1. A triple from Taylor Parrott hit it in the perfect spot in between Hauser and Franklin. Franklin now in right field. As Bradley Huckabee behind the plate. And it's 9-1. First pitch is over for a strike to Austin Streifel. As Stanley mentioned earlier, the tiebreaker, the first is runs allowed. Pittsfield, Massachusetts, with a goose egg earlier today. That pitch is over for a strike, 0-2. And now Lawrence County has given up 1. Two teams will meet tomorrow night in the primetime game, 8 o'clock Central Time. The pitch is low for a ball. The 1-2 popped up. Foul territory. Huckabee overran it a little bit, and it hits the turf for a long foul. One and two the count, 2 outs. So 1 out away from Lawrenceburg, going 1-0 at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
1 strike away now, all right?
That's right. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Fouled away. Count remains 1-2. Some excitement going on. Giles County and Sarasota, Florida. Still 7-6, Florida with the lead. They are in the 5th inning. That pitch just missed. Makes
nice
you wonder.
Curveball.
Yes, it was. Streifel was fooled a little bit and bent down. I wonder if that
CJ thought he got over.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. But what a battle we got going here between Streifel and Jackson. Here's the 2-2. That is high, now full. Runner at third is Taylor Parrott, tripled. And driving in the first run of the ball game for Fargo. 9-1 your score. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And CJ gets the strikeout to end the ball game.
Good pitch in relief there the last inning, but give credit to Ryan Weathers, pitching to Jim. He did not allow a run and only 1 hit while he was in there, and CJ came in relief, gave up with the 1 run, but Lawrenceburg comes out a winner here on opening night of the World Series, 9-1 over North Dakota, JP.
Yeah, an impressive performance, what you had hoped to see if you're for the hometown team from Lawrenceburg. So 9-1 winners over Fargo, North Dakota. We will have some post-game thoughts and stats. It's your player of the game and player of the game, and we'll get you an update from across the way at Tom Cruise Field with Giles County and Florida playing right now. Your final score, Lawrence County 9, Fargo, North Dakota 1. You're listening to the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV's coverage of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We'll be back after this.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Welcome back to the Babe Ruth World Series final. The host team from Lawrenceburg winning 9-1 over Fargo, North Dakota. As the home team jumped out on top, they were the visitors tonight, Stanley, with a big play for Ryan Weathers. Not only pitched a gem of a game, only gave up one hit in his 6 innings pitched, but also got things on the board, and I think that might be your play of the game, Stanley.
Yeah, the Casino Real play of the game, where you can go to Casino Real to taste the authentic Mexican taste. Yeah, Ryan Weathers got up there in the first inning and poked it to right center field. Took the first pitch he saw for a triple, scored some runs, and they scored 3 in the first inning and never looked back. They scored 1 in the second, 2 in the top of the third, and then added 3 in the 6th and 7th inning to take a 9-0 lead and gave up 1 in the bottom of the 7th for a 9-1 victory. Player of the game is going to be Ryan Weathers. He pitched 6 innings today. He'll be our first volunteer bank player of the game and pitched shutout ball and only gave up 1 hit.
All right, so
you have his pitching stats real quick?
Yes. And by my trusty iPad, Stanley. We'll get to that.
There
your
it
numbers.
is. He pitched 6 innings, faced 22 batters, gave up no runs, as I said, struck out 10, and walked only 4, and only gave up the 1 hit. So good performance by Ryan Weathers to start the Lawrenceburg run here in pool play.
All right, so we will take one quick break, be back, and wrap up some final stats from Lawrenceburg and Denver Trap Field. Again, the host team winners tonight in their first action of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. 9-1 Lawrenceburg over Fargo, North Dakota. We'll be back with some final stats right after this 90-second timeout.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
And welcome back to Babe Ruth World Series 2015. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson. We made it on camera, Stanley.
We finally made it.
Made it on camera.
Made it the big time.
Sorry for those of you maybe watching at home. No, we're glad to be on. Have been with you all day long. Second game here tonight as the host team from Lawrenceburg, Stanley, came out with a 9-1 win over the team from Fargo, North Dakota. And I think all in all, probably the fans are going home happy, not only with the win, but just the way that they played tonight.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on this Lawrenceburg team. You know, they didn't play during the region and the state tournaments, and they had not really faced the 15-year-old quality competition until tonight. North Dakota came out, and Lawrenceburg took care of business. They scored the 3 runs there in the top of the first. That let the pressure off of them a little bit. They could relax a little bit, play their game, and that's exactly what they did for the rest of the way. Ryan Weathers came in there, shut them down, pitched a well of a game, got some key hits from a lot of different players on the team, and came away with a 9-1 win. And now they face a very tough Massachusetts team, as we saw earlier today, tomorrow night.
Yep, let's take a look at our final stats here. First for the visitors, the host team from Lawrenceburg, Coulter Hauser, went 1 for 4 today. Jacob Hallmark, 2 for 3. Ryan Weathers was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, including that triple in the first you mentioned. 0 for 2 for Lance Pope. Sam Crane, 2 for 2. Jacob Laws went 1 for 3. Kendall Franklin, 1 for 3. Bailey Burleson had a good night tonight, went 1 for 4, or rather 1 for 3. Drew Bailey, 0 for 2. Ben Saggs, 0 for 3. And Austin Clanton, 1 for 2. For the home team tonight from Fargo, North Dakota, Jonas Sanders went 0 for 3. 0 for 3 for Kolpak. Same for Chandler Eibach. Brooks Blazek McKeever, a lone hit, or one of the hits was Colton Fry. And then Taylor Parrott with that triple in the 7th off Christopher Jackson to get the lone run for Fargo, North Dakota. So we saw the offense for Lawrenceburg to lead off. And maybe, shaking off the nerves, Stanley, was it beneficial, you think, to hit first?
I think so tonight. I mean, even with Ryan Weathers on the mound going out there as a home team, they probably would have been okay. But getting that chance to bat first, getting that chance to go up 3-0 there, like I said earlier, it took the pressure off of them. They were able to relax and play their game, exactly what they did.
All right, so I want to thank you for watching Exports TV's coverage and Exports Radio, for listening online and, of course, locally on local radio to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. And, Stanley, a quick look at tomorrow, what we've got coming up. Our first game, we've got Eau Claire, Wisconsin versus the Mid-Atlantic champs from Williamsport, West End, PA. That'll be on Tom Cruise Field at 5 o'clock. You can hear that locally on 98.3. Westchester, Sarasota, Florida against Glacier, Montana at 5:30. First look at the Pacific Northwest, and we're going to be welcoming in our radio friends up in the great Northwest of Montana tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So look forward to them joining the network. Westchester, California, get the first look at them. They were one of 2 teams with the Glacier, Montana to have today off. They'll be taking on Giles County at Tom Cruise Field, 7:30. And then the nightcap right here at Denver Trap Field will be Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 1-0 versus 1-0 Lawrenceburg. As looking over, it is 8-6 now. Florida with the lead as they got another run there in the 5th inning. So an interesting game. You can watch that game, by the way, just going over to Exports TV 2. And you can see the rest of that game here. Kevin Kilpatrick and Cam Mashburn on the call. Final thoughts, Stanley?
Well, I thought a good job by Lawrenceburg. And like I said, they had to do what they needed to do tonight, was get the nerves out of their system and just settle down. And, man, they did it in the first inning. So congratulations to Lawrenceburg, and look forward to a good run here the next few days.
All right. Well, want to thank our director tonight all day long in setting things up, Kyle Johnson with MustangsTV.com. Our camera operators, AJ and Darian McCroskey, done a fine, outstanding job. For Stanley Wilson, I'm JP Plant saying so long for tonight. Again, Lawrenceburg winners 9-1. For more details and game story scores, just go to exportsradio.com. You can even watch replays as well. So check it out, exportsradio.com. Until tomorrow, we'll be back here for another exciting day of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Exports Radio Network's coverage and Exports TV coverage of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series presented by Valentine Enterprises. I'm JP Plant. Good night. I'll see you in the AM.